Yo, check me out. I'm Elder B. It's Friday once again. Halloween. Happy Halloween. It seems like the week blasts by when I do the Deer Isle streams for Daisy and some other stuff midweek. But here we are again on another Friday. Back in My Day Friday. Tonight, we are playing the first day, or the beginning of, if you will, my favorite Quest for Glory game, Quest for Glory 3, as you can see with our very goofy cat on the screen. I wasn't real happy with that one, but best of the options that I had to go through. So anyway, we finished up Quest for Glory 2 last Friday. This Friday we're going to take that character, carry him on through. Keep going through the whole series, through 5, which I haven't played yet, which I've hit you with ad nauseum, but hesitantly excited, I guess I'll call my anticipation of 5. That's getting well ahead of ourselves, though. I like 3. 3 is my favorite. So that being the case, it is very likely that I'll maybe take more time than I usually would, or than we have to, I guess. But yeah, 3 starts off with a little intro screen, and the music is interesting. It's very repetitive on the intro screen, but we will be hanging out with that for just a couple minutes. So I didn't want to have that going in the background because you're going to hear a bit of it anyway. And I've got to fiddle with some windows to get some stuff resized, so that'll take me just a minute. Tea of the evening is Perfect Peach. No Halloween surprises for you tonight, although it's my wife's favorite holiday. She's in there watching horror movies right now, but we didn't do much for this year anyway. She's doing some work stuff, so we didn't even decorate the house or anything. But that aside, there won't be any, any screams or anything special. Channel news, I guess, or yeah, channel news updates, whatever you want to call it. Working on some overlays and some stuff to click on and make noises happen and goofy stuff like that. Not for the sake of, that's going to necessarily improve anything stream-wise, but it's stuff that I haven't messed with yet, writing some scripts and things like that. So more to come on that later. Tried to mess with it today for this one particularly, but didn't make it happen in time. Anyway, it is time for Quest for Glory 3, Wages of War. Okay, there we go. That fixed that. I've got to rearrange some windows. That shouldn't have been all crazy like that, but we got that fixed. Let me get this set up here. One last clicky click nonsense, and then we should be good to go. Alright, here we go. Not that that music is too bad, but they have about a 4-second MIDI loop there that can be a little much. First thing I did want to go through though, it's been long enough. Man, I almost want to mute that for you guys. Yeah, let's cut the game music for just a second. I also need to turn it down for me. It's really funny to remember, like, this was a time when you couldn't Google, right? Obviously this is, this is number 3 in the series, so obviously these 2 items right here were the big thing. This got me in very, very much trouble. Only once, I think only Space Quest. I think Space Quest, it would have been 6, I think was the only time that I utilized this. I even lied to my brother and said that when he had gotten home, I was like, oh, how'd you figure it out? I was like, oh, I was so mad that I had my mouse here, but I clicked it really hard and it shifted down to the thing I needed to click on. Anyway, that's pretty funny. Alright, let's get you back into the music and get playing here. So we're going to import our guy. I like too how the option, I didn't remember this, you can import from Quest for Glory 1. Like, your max points are 100. Max points in 3 are 300. Like, why would you shoot yourself in the foot like that? You really wanted a challenge, I guess. There's our save. Welcome to Tarna. Off we go. This is also the first time you can do this. It kind of would take, if I'm not mistaken, in 2, it took your stats to kind of assume what character build you were kind of going on, and that's why our playthrough on 2 was a little wonky, because we had a guy who committed a bunch of crimes and was very skilled in thiefy type stuff, but also had magic ability and had bought a sword and a shield, or a shield rather. So yeah, 2 was very confused on who we were and what we wanted to do, but in this one, you can go ahead and pick. We did less thiefy stuff in 2, just so we didn't blow our honor points, which are new in 2, so we could go this route. I don't think I think you can go that route no matter what. I don't think there's like a minimum honor, but I'd have to look that up. Regardless, we begin the path of our paladin, who can cast spells and also do thiefy, steely in the shadow stuff. But you know, disregard that. Also, I'm pretty sure 2 didn't let you add points after importing, so new there as well. And we're going to kind of kick around the same kind of thought process that we did in 2 when it was time to wish for skills and whatnot, where we kind of have to talk through this. Climbing, throwing is very easily acquired, no spoilers. Picklock's a little difficult, so I might click those up. Stealth, we can just sneak around. Parry dodge is from fighting. Weapon use, same thing. Strength is easy to click up. Intelligence we might steal there too. Agility, vitality is through some stuff that we'll do later in the game, and also through fights. Luck is a good one to kick up, and magic is pretty low as well. So I think overall, we'll throw in like 25 points. Oh, we only had 50. So we'll do 15 points into picklocks, which isn't a great boost to that. We'll do like a 12er. Magic, we'll luck up a little bit, and I think we'll dump the rest into intelligence and call it good. You are going to hear quite a bit more clicking in this one, as opposed to typing as you did in 2, because you can right click to get through the icons. You'll see what I'm talking about if you're not familiar with these games, but you're unlikely to watch this if you're not familiar. So let's start our paladin into number 3. I'm not going to read them for you, so I'm not that I'm a super fast reader, but hopefully this works out for you. This is Aziza, the Enchantress from 2. I don't want us to skip the intro here, but turn my mic key on rather is a mouse button. So I'm going to play through this without me saying much at all here, just so I don't accidentally click us through the intro. Okay, I lied to you. I can't actually click, and it doesn't count as a left click in this. So this is what I was talking about in 2. We were like over on a building over here and didn't do this easily, but depending on which character class you select in the beginning there, shows you how differently you could have solved this puzzle in the second one. I always live like the little frame skip, no matter what. Like, that was the original game, that little like hesitation for the flame there. It was like that was too much, I don't know, effect for them to draw in there. No, I struggled wildly actually on that one because I was a thief throwing daggers and I threw them too quickly, so I thought maybe I had blown it, but we're here, we made it. He looks like a pirate right there to me. See, that's what I'm talking about. I clicked my mute key, so I'll stop messing around with that. I love that. That one right there is just like a quick recap for you in case you didn't remember or this is your first game. I'd love if you, like the early game quit, like early game outs that you can take in like more modern games. If you could have just been like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm good. I mean, that wouldn't be a very exciting ending though, would it? You decided to do nothing. Also, we'll skip what happened for... I don't know why she didn't say tomorrow. Like, it just skips 3 days, which is a huge amount of time in these games. I love the music in 2, there just wasn't a lot of it, so when you get into 3, and it's so much more fleshed out with like the MIDI file and stuff. Moonwalk on out of there. Thanks, Pops. Also, like, you're the sad one to leave, but you're like, me first. Let me jump on in there. Alright, I'm going to try my mute key one more time here after we get through a dialogue box just to make sure I'm not stepping on the story. Okay, we're all good. I can mute and unmute, so I'm not breathing on you the whole time. It's such like a big deal later to make that journey, but she's just like, alright, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take this baby with me, see ya. I did not remember that at all. I can also see that you're a thief. Yeah, so with the point and click kind of being the first time of it, you've got the walk, look, get, or manipulate, talk. This is kind of the special, which this was always the way to get out of it if you didn't actually want to click. You just brush out of it. Run, sneak, sleep, character sheet, wait, and then, the question mark will show you what's what. Here's your magic inventory, which we'll take a quick peek. Random amount of money, or, well, not our sword, but Rakish's sword. Armor shield. throwing daggers, but it didn't say how many, so I'm assuming there's just the one. Came with some pills. One of each. Oh, that's funny. We had 7 of each. Oh, poison cure is the new one, that's right. I didn't remember that it actually brought how many you had with you. No stamina though, which is kind of funny. 20 rations. Pretty sure we had 20 of the jerky on us. I forgot about that too, bringing the pin with you. What do you got, Shima? I forgot about that too. Lots of stuff I forgot about. We're also going to kind of get through all the dialogue stuff. The communication skill is a good one to raise for bartering and things like that. And then I yak too long through this one and then click through the one that we wanted to see. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Let me tell you about what a big hero I am. Yeah, I'll have to be careful about yakking through some of the dialogues because it will clear automatically after so long. Also remembering, like, if you don't get something else, remembering where you were as you go through all the dialogue. Okay, I didn't remember. Like, he already knows what's going. Maybe that's what the 3 days is for, right? Is for him to be talking to her through Aziza to figure out what's going on back here and where you need to go. My whole place is going to war, but I have no idea who the people are. Alright, we're almost through Rakesh. We'll hit up Krisha. We'll go do some exploring. I'm also going to be a creepy creep for a while so we can max out our sneaking skill. So the new guy to town is going to be the weirdo creeping around. Obviously your choices of interaction are much more limited than a text parser in this, but the kind of progressive story, in 2, and of course in the original 1, like there wasn't like if I asked you something and, Simbani came up twice, right? And it's a different dialogue route. So this is kind of where they started to they had more storage space, so it was like, let's, kind of have longer dialogue paths. Alright, calm down. Alright, that's enough out of him. That might be my favorite description of a magic user. A worker of spells. I like how this region of the world is like wildly different. Everybody over here does this stuff. I don't know what you weirdos do in Shapir. Let me give you the tiniest little tidbit of a detail and then tell you. We'll talk about this later in private. Alright, I think that will do. We should probably get a Oh man, you screwed up so bad, but don't want to watch all the intro stuff saving here. And get your creepy creep on. The hip sway and like the swaying shoulders always gets me. I said goodbye. Speak with one another. Alright, a couple places to hit. Always a visit to the apothecary is necessary. People are talking about you got here 6 minutes ago, but people are already talking about you. It's my thing. Hi, I'm a big hero. I'm kind of a big deal. Plop down and hang out. In numerology, calm down, man. I think you're like a 4. Well, I mean, in that case, if your parents were numerologists, you could just be like, okay, here, add these numbers up to the right number. T-break is always obvious. It's obvious in DayZ because I'm walking in trees and such, and it's more obvious in that because there's actually something to stop my yapper from flapping. Psychic Rainbow. What you got, man? What you got for sale? Tell me about the oil that you sell so I don't get all the way to Razir and not have it in my pockets. I like how they were like, take the apothecary and just like slap him together with Keep On Laughing from 2. That'll be a new character. I forgot about things like the Honeybird. There's the little restart of the song. If we're still in Tarna, I totally think the hangout outro music has got to be in the apothecary here. It always looked like he was mixing a bowl to me. I never really like got that was a good animation, you know, judgy however old I was at the time. That he's flipping through a book. Let's see if I remember that. The Pool of Peace is pretty easy to remember, but I remember where that is, and I don't necessarily remember where that is, so we'll see if I remember getting all that stuff. We're gonna ask Dream last, because he gets all excited. Yeah, we'll get to the dream. We'll get there. But it feels rude when he stands up because he's all excited and he's like, I have to leave right now. And then all of a sudden it's like, you go, okay, that's cool that you want to go and you want to meet this tree lady and stuff, but what do you say you sell me some things? Oh, I totally forgot about that. Alright, well, in that case, let's get him excited about the tree dream. This is our first points. We've been talking forever and just got our first points. See, he's like, okay, I'm out. And you're like, no, you're not. Sell me some things. I still need stuff. Alright, so off to the money changer. Let's get a save in. The old catch-all. I don't remember the original game having many crashes, not nearly as much as 4 did. Or not any compared to 4, I guess. But I'll be interested to see, you know, if we get hit by any. Crash free for 1 and 2 for sure. Alright, we're going to try and squeeze through the middle here, because until we get our money sorted, there's really no point. Which money changer's up here, and I happen to remember a specific event that takes place. Help me, Elizabeth. What are you doing? That is not right. Like, if the dude's, you know, got his hand in your till, if you will, get him. You just, like, this is like if the cops, if you'd help the cops out and they're like, hey, come with me, you're like, oh crap, what did I do? Taking things belonging to others. Don't make that your last words. That's probably not the wisest choice. This reminds me so much of Final Fantasy VII music here. The guards guy always looked like a chick. This isn't supposed to happen until tomorrow. You answer his question. You don't know what you say, but... Your age has made you cowardly. Yeah, flaming sword. What a good king, just immediately jumps to revenge and speculation. Do you have anything important to add? love too how people are always like, "Hey, you can get out of here now. We don't need you around anymore." All right, can I just go change some money? I'm already saving the day around here. How long is arriving in? Oh, I forgot about the graphic too. That's cool. Better than the midday sunset approaches. Classic, of course. I wonder if when you're developing a game through time periods like this, you know, when better graphics and better music was available to you, if you like even consider that, or if you just kind of go through the mechanics of the last game and you're like, hey, we had time of day, what do we do to portray that? And they're like, ah, no more text. Show this sweet savannah picture with the sun arching across the sky. Okay, now that this guy's been stolen from, let's sneak up to him to talk to him. No, nothing at all. Just like, let's get down to business. I'm drinking out of this Halloween kitty mug for my perfect peach tea, and it has like this lip because it's more decorative than it is, you know, for utility. So there's like this splash of tea in the bottom that I'm having to try and slurp on out of there. I love how you get points for that. Like, you couldn't do anything else. So, like, what did they expect you to do if you didn't get money? I need to remember to stop sneaking when I go to the south side of town so I don't do naughty things to a certain individual down there. Dude's just like, all business. I just want to talk about money, otherwise you can get out of here. Little little foretelling in the future there. You'd be a lot happier there too, if only you would have tried it out. Post added V's. Okay, here's the disadvantage. Once again, same disadvantage from it being a while for 2. I don't remember. You know, like you do with play through this, if you had played pretty recently and you would remember exactly what to purchase here, but I don't remember. So I'm gonna have to like go back and forth essentially and then try and figure it out. I'm pretty sure I think I remember what it was that I need to purchase, but I don't want to get crazy and just blast through money just because I think that's what it was. I do think I'm gonna try it. I don't, there was a threshold that like you couldn't bargain past that, but I'm gonna ignore that for now and just try and save some moolah. 197. Get out of here. Give me more. Fine. There you go. It took forever to like first playing this. It looked like, well, no, it didn't. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I feel like it felt like you had already bought it, but with new item, that's kind of a giveaway that no, you have not. There's no way he's going to take that. Yeah. I don't even know if he's going to take 4. Oh, okay. Good savings there. I think this was right. I'm going to roll the dice a little bit, and if we blast all our money, okay. That's kind of cheating, because you're not really aware that's a thing yet. This one I certainly don't remember. Give me the fruit. do feel like there's something, though, that you did need. I like how it says with the Simbani, going to war with the Simbani, like Tarna and the Simbani are going to war with. Succulent sensations for the mouth. I don't think we need to bargain this, but we're still gonna. Wealthy beyond dreams. I've been wearing the same clothes for years. I don't know if I'm wealthy beyond dreams. Did I just make that offer? Alright. We'll make sure we have such a crazy, poor man. A crazy disparity in. I don't think this is a thing. It's only 2, so it's fine. Yeah, okay. We're gonna run out of weight in the old backpack. Okay, it's down here. I don't seem to remember where the Kata is in town either. You know, obviously we've been next to nowhere, so we'll figure it out, but this dude we need some goods from. Okay, I think I managed to get the last of the tea out of there. We are now tealess. He's the only weapon maker that at least you have access to, but he's got the finest weapons in Tarna. Again, man, it's all business. We want one of those for sure. I think there's 3 things that we want from him, if I remember right. It's funny how you talk to him and he hints at bows and you're like, oh cool, we're finally gonna get, you know, like a ranged weapon rather than throwing rocks and stuff. Like, no, they just wanted to have you have more dialogue options so you could raise your communication. Oh wait, that's the first thing we've talked to him about. He's like, I really don't want to talk anymore. Just please give me some money for something. Yeah, this is gonna get a touch pricey. Let's see if we can get crazy. I don't know how that's gonna do. And as soon as I just did that, I remember where the Kata in town is. Not much of a deal. Less than 10%. Come on, man, we can do better than that. After you bargain too, it takes so long before you can click. I should have played it like, you know, unbeknownst and gone through the motions. Yeah, I know, I don't know why I even tried that with you. To act like, you know, I didn't know what you need and stuff like that. And I don't, like, it's not like I played this yesterday or anything, but this is my favorite edition in the series, so I've definitely played it enough that I can remember most things. We'll see how well that holds up. 2 was interesting in that regard. You actually need, like, there we go, that one wasn't too bad. Yeah, that one was I was 80% sure about that one, but I kind of want to just do rocks in case. Yeah, we'll just throw rocks. Throw rocks, buddy. I think this is like, do you need this? I don't remember. I feel like it's more like a You know, hey, remember in 2, especially me when you blew it and didn't get this when you needed it? For any use. Imagine going to a store and he sells like a relatively specialized good, at least for the time. And you're like, hey, what do you got? He's like, I have this. You can use it for anything. Like, oh, okay. Give me all of it. You never know when I might need to do something, anything. Yeah, everyone's like, stop talking to me and buy my stuff. And I'm going to keep trying ridiculous bargains. Yeah, 2 cents. Get out of here. Get out of here. I like to, like, are you supposed to feel guilty? Like, well, I just got to save money, so I'm not really worried about it. Is he honey merchant, I think? Indeed he is. Sweeten your life. That always looks like you're going to walk off the screen. They're like, no, never mind. I don't want your honey. Yeah, every little item you talk to people about, they're just like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. He's like, it takes so much work and it's so expensive. I'm like, okay, well, give it to me for like 70 cents, maybe 65. Let's go chat with our father and son duo over here. There we go. Their music cracks me up every time. I didn't say they were new, dummy. You almost wish it was 4 so you could get the Sanford and Sons going in here. Two of my favorite things with him. He's sitting on a table, like, and then on a box. So, and then how he stands up to like scream at you as you go by. The junk dealers. You keep out of this. I was talking to him. I don't even know if you get different topics with Pops. I don't think you do. World War I gas mask? Yeah, okay. Same stuff. Let's not belabor the junk dealers. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Oh, that's so great. I don't think you ever need to come back to them again. Maybe you do, I don't remember. Oh, I didn't do what I usually do. Okay. They've already told me to go away. I always like to say goodbye. Yeah, okay, here's where I need to stop sneaking when I come down here. We haven't gone that great of a distance. We've only been sneaking around like a weirdo for about 40 minutes here. Not even, but I'm curious to double check in here. We knew communication honors come up because of our stuff. 3 points? We're gonna have to stock forever. Puzzle points. This always feels better when you don't see, you know, how many you've missed. I didn't remember there's actually like paladin points, you know, separate from honor. It's the same though. Like that's, I was 100 honor at the beginning. Yeah, I do need her. It's like, I don't remember if you buy stuff from her or not. That was the first time I thought about it, where the book had like translations. And I'm sure it's a dialect in like an actual language, you know, somewhere in Africa, but I'm not familiar enough with it. But I just remember, yeah, there was like, you know, a little like language guide. Which I remember breaking out several times with this lady. Like, what is she saying over and over again? Yeah, I don't think she budges at all. Can you go up? Okay, that's just silly. Like, here, take more of my money. You've talked me out of cash. Old lady's ripping me off over here. Fish guy. I only ever hear the Aladdin voice come out of him there. I don't think you need fish either. Yeah, I guess I'll do... I don't remember at all. I'll do some dried fish just in case, but I don't even think you need that. The friendly fishmonger. I don't think I need fish. I'm gonna buy fish because they're relatively cheap. I do need to check my weight. I definitely don't think I need any, but it's fine. We will buy a fish. If we need to drop fish, not a big deal. Yeah, okay. We're quite a ways off still, so it'll be alright. Anytime I go and buy stuff in the beginning like this, I immediately start remembering pieces of the story later. And I'm like, do I need that for that? No, I don't. Do I need it for this? I do like, though, you know, the third one in the series, you start to feel like archetypes of characters have been like established. Like this dude just reminds you of the acrobat dude in the plaza on the rope in 2. So it's like, oh, all acrobats, you know, always look like this guy. Gotta be sneaky. Gotta be sneaky. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to for the YouTube folks. Very sneaky fighter, or pulled your back while bowing and stuck now. Yeah, it's the old man. The old man walk around. The old man crouch and shuffle. We'll go with that. The crouch and shuffle. I'm not sneaking. I'm not doing thief stuff. It's old age. That's it. I don't know if they'll ever be the guys. Very sporting of you there. Haha. Sierra Bowl shuffle. Yeah, okay. I didn't think I needed that. I think you have a grappling hook if you're a thief? I don't remember. Yeah, we're doing the the crouch and waddle, the cerebral shuffle, just for stats' sake. Plus up the old character sheet. Yeah, okay. It's funny you like quickly scan the bazaar and like, do I need to talk to him, her? I didn't remember that this was the kata though. I thought old Anubis here was the kata that was down here. Everybody's so nice when they're trying to sell you stuff. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, stranger that I've never met before. I also have a letter for you. Yeah, I don't really know why, like, he wouldn't talk to me until I sat in his lap. So now I can't talk to him. Shut up. Very friendly as long as you have monies. I feel like, you know, you need to put this game into the hands of people. Like, look, war bad. You almost feel bad bargaining. He's such a nice kata. But at the same time, you know, heroing ain't cheap. Alright, I do have a letter for you though. Oh man, flaming sword and healing before we even leave the town. Paladin Pro over here. We'll see how far I last sneaking though. Alright, don't forget. Don't do bad things. I'm still gonna save it. I still have memories of like trying to be like a good paladin fella and sneaking around and doing the old scoop out of there. Oh no! It still does it. I don't want to do that. I love how it gives you points. I don't think you lose paladin points though, do you? I'm not sure. I didn't check it before I saved it. Our first scum save, if you will. I'm curious though. What did I just have? 126? Okay, so it doesn't take your paladin points. So if we were going for like 100%, sure. But, I mean, you can hear Homeboy's drums like throughout the whole bazaar. Let's not, there we go. Doesn't that make you feel better? It's funny, you get points for it. Which points would you like? Would you like the steely points or would you like the honorable points? Alright, let's go get some yum yums. I don't remember like if it was always not obvious necessarily, but if it was always a thing that you knew you could do what I'm about to do, or if like, you know, your first playthrough you just kind of got meat normally and then like just tried it. And I think after you just try it, I think, yeah, I know what you're about to do. Yeah, I think it's always been doable, right? But like when you first play it, did we know? You know, what year was this game? 2 was 90. Let's pull out the old Google. Probably information I could have had ahead of time. I'm totally missing up, you know, all this meat talk, but 92. Ah, man, that's quick for development. 2 in 90 and this one in 92. Anyway, in 92, were we aware that you could do what I was about to do, or what I'm about to do? I'd rather not. Was that all about meat? Was that entire thing? I think they felt bad for dog lovers, so they were like, hey, you know, we had an entire species and like the whole game dedicated to cat people. Let's get a dog fella in there. I just realized too, I'm totally not paying attention. Like nothing you say is of consequence. So yeah, so 27 cents each, right? And this is your food rations. But it was like, this is what you would normally try. Maybe this. So I don't know if 1992 was just like we were trying to be scummy to people, but I specifically remember doing this and then immediately after like going back to other people and trying it. Like every single person in the bazaar. If you sell stuff, I'm going to try to get very, very cheap things off of you. I think I remember always getting like 100 rations too, and then it's like, oh, you're too heavy. You're big and fat. Didn't have a great sense of haggling. Basically, just tried to start with one on everyone before I figured out the thing. I don't. I like I said, I don't know like what I did. I know I didn't jump right to that. Like, let's see if I can get stuff for free from everybody. This dude, I don't think you need anything from, if I remember right. Yeah, yeah, I don't need anything from him. We'll get some communication points. And since he's useless to us, Jimi Hendrix lookalike, we will just click on through to the other side, if you will. I know that's not him, but, you know, same time period. Scurvy amulet. Oh, I did want to go back to him, though, because I did want to check the price. I didn't say goodbye to him either. I'm breaking my own habits already. Um, yeah, it's definitely a robe, isn't it? Yeah, it's not cloth. My favorite part, too, is they could have given this dude, like... Alright, let's test the musical prowess here. Bongos are the two. Congas are the big ones? I don't know. We're guessing here. But they could have given him, you know, just like two drums. Because it's essentially all that you're getting in the music. But they're like, no, no, no. Give him the Neil Peart setup of bongo drums. I remember looking at the stairs over here. I'm like, how many times did we try to walk down those stairs too? Like, if you didn't talk to her and get her to tell you this is the southernmost end, stop trying to walk off the end there. Oh man, anytime they accept, you're like, I should have gone lower. Why didn't I go lower? All right, we'll see two things. Number one, it's been an hour and we haven't even left town. But two, I'm curious how long I'll be able to sneak before I go crazy. And I'm like, all right, the sneaking stat isn't that great. We were at 200 when we started. We're at 207. So based on that conversion, 93, what, 12, 13? No, fish boy, I didn't want to talk to you. It will take 13 hours of playtime to max that stat. I think it'll plus up a little more when we're not in town and we're actually on the savannah, but I do foresee me giving up on raising the stealth to 300 sooner than later. Probably not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's one of the overlays I need to work on is so that Twitch folks can see. Actually, I can't do that. Never mind. I was looking at overlays today for Twitch chat and YouTube chat being combined, and like that's specifically against terms of service for both of them. You can't show Twitch chat to YouTube viewers, and you can't show vice versa. So, but for me, I only have Twitch chat that will pop up on the screen, and actually, I do need to test that just to make sure I'm able to see YouTube chat. Why is music getting creepy? Okay. Let me test that real quick too, just to make sure I'm able to see that. Yeah, okay. I do have both. That'd be a huge bummer missing out on people's chat just because I don't have stuff set up right, but all good. Yeah, if you go in there, they just tell you, get out. Get that communication up. It's the center of all things, but also the furthest west you can go. I'm not sure if eyes are playing tricks or if it is starting to get dark. This is super typical. Like the dude who has nothing, has no knowledge of the situation, is like, I've made up my mind. I'm super upset about all this. It's funny, he's just like, not just, I don't want to make it sound like that, but he's a guard at the gate, and he's like the chattiest dude in the whole city so far. That's where you want to pull it out. Like, this sword? Talking about this? They're such like a sophisticated people, but then, they have a segregation of species. I guess honor is a relatively like primitive, not belief, but like system to kind of behold like that. But then when you want to, you want to challenge the king, you have to kill him. You have to fight him to the death, or, you know, go sit down. Guess they had to go with the lion aspect of it, though. Really sell it home with the fight to the death thing. Yeah, I do think it's getting dark. All right, we're gonna try and talk to Grumpy Homeboy. Yeah, it's definitely moon rising. Didn't even make it out of the city for the first day. That's all we'll do tomorrow, though. Tomorrow in game, that is. We'll head out and go exploring. Only an hour in, and we haven't made it out of the city. But like I said, this one is one I'll take more time on just to stat everything up. All right, guy, we get it. You really like this dude. That's not like a great stat to have. There's not been a war here in years. Like, wait, what? I mean, it could be singular. That could be worse. There hasn't been a war in a year. Yeah, the youngins always have something to say, don't they? I could go out, set up camp, and do some of the nighttimey stuff, but we have time. We have time. Yeah, like right now, I'm super tempted to turn the speed up just so I can expedite our old man shuffle. But we'll play as clean as possible. The only thing we had to look up in 2 was the streets, since you usually get the paper map in the box. So we gave ourselves a pass, if you will. Didn't consider that cheesing too bad. I specifically remember, like, you can get a little loose with the welcome woman, if you will. And as a playing through this for the first time when it came out, you're like, okay, we can do this. We can close the deal with the welcome woman, right? We'll do the little ones first. Oh, we never went back to see him. I need to not forget that. We saw him before we changed money, so I need to go hit him up tomorrow as well. That'll be first thing. They put yours here, and they were like, that's not quite right. What can we put in there to sound more honorable and old-timey? Oh, you know where we can go? We'll do it tomorrow. We'll go see if we can visit a not quite so old friend. Hair of sunshine, you behave yourself. There it is again, every time. Hi, by the way, I'm a hero. I feel like my first playthrough, you're like, I'm not putting anything in that chest. And then like subsequent playthroughs, you're like, well, I have too much crap. Put some stuff in the chest. And now it's been a while since I played, so I'm like, I'm not putting anything in that chest. I get why they didn't, but it would have been cool if they showed you, like, if you got to go over to the Lion Tour side, just once, just like a walkthrough or something. Only you can open. You can't use magic on the streets, but here's a chest that only you can open. And she's just as chatty as the guards. Where'd you get butter from? What are you milking out here? Well, he'll speak to me. He's a chatty Cathy. More like hawk their goods. Crazy good sellers. You gotta flirt. Okay, now go get me some food. You mean to tell me that you haven't been hit on by travelers in here enough to settle down? Put it on, put the meal on Creesh's tab. Talk to the people who can't understand you. Okay, I mean, if somebody doesn't understand you, that's one thing, but I think maybe staring is not the appropriate response. Let's sneak on to bed. Yeah, there's the chest of wonders. So we'll hit the apothecary. We'll go see Rakesh and Krisha, get some more blabbing on, and then let's go fight some stuff. We've been talking and buying and swapping and sneaking with that goes without saying. Let's go out and smack swords against some creatures. Also probably need to do a little bit of rock throwing. You know, it's funny, I don't remember where you can get water except for kind of our first stop as we go out the gates here. I think it's the first thing you get to. Maybe the second. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I need to keep a sheet on the older games that you can kind of like, not you, that I can write when I've played older games so I can see when the last playthrough was. I don't remember on this, on 3. I think I did a 1 playthrough and it kind of stopped, like, I don't know, maybe over 10 years ago for sure. Did I already do this? No. Okay, cool. Cool story. Sell me some stuff. Okay, these are expensive. What do we and don't we have? Got mana, 7 healing, and they start you with the 1 poison cure. So just poison cure then. Talk to the hookah, I think is all we need. Yeah. He already told us about the ingredients for that, so that's good. Let's just do like 2 more of these. I don't really remember what the instances are. Well, it's not my problem that your pad's expensive. I don't really remember the instances on when you need that. The vines, for sure. Something turns green, doesn't the screen? I don't know. I also didn't save it before I started day 2 here. I don't remember the different monsters either. Lizardmen, is it Pterosaurus in this? I'm not sure what they call it. Don't remember what it was in this one. Obviously there's more than that. And then further areas to restrict the spoilers have different stuff, but we'll find out. We'll find out today. Yeah, I think tomorrow is the bit with the council and then heading out, if I remember. So not a lot of time left in Tarna already. I didn't remember that piece of it. If war breaks out, he's homeless. Okay, yeah, we'll come back to see how the talk went. So you faced a guy, right? Like a guy is in charge of the demons attacking your kingdom. Like your literal kingdom. You're the king. This dude is leads them over, tells them what to do, attacks you. You don't even know what the guy's name is? Like the demon wizard. I mean, sweet name, of course, but you know, how about before you sword fight a dude to death, you figure out what his name is? Okay, super funny. In the council, I didn't remember that they're all female, so I'm like, the guard lion tour looks like a chick. Well, that's because I didn't remember how. I remembered that they invisible walled you, but I didn't remember what the reasoning was. So you accidentally skip out on the next story progression bit. Was chatting with some folks on Reddit today about King's Quest, and I don't know why, but the stuff I have heard about it feels like it's very much more like open-ended puzzly. So I feel like King's Quest would like leave you hanging like that. Yeah, because there's this rock. Maybe I can't get to that. I don't think anything's here, is there? Yeah, just nonsense. Well, that's actually a really good reminder because I forgot that that was the intent. I think there was a typo in there. I always liked aft better. I was giggling because it, you know, it just came out I always, and I was like, I don't think this is a fill in the blank. I think there's more to that. Okay, QFG was in there, not aft. We've already got our first. I think that's a croc, man. Just start chucking and go wildly all over the place. Yeah, I've not. So I have played King's Quest. I don't remember which one. It was like a very, and I think they all are, right? But it was very fairy tale. Ooh, I kind of forgot how you even fight in this. And I remember if you spam too quick, that kind of like stops your animations. It was later in the series though. I don't know if 7, like a larger number seems to make sense to me, like 13, but I don't know if that's accurate. The fella I was chatting with on Reddit about it was like, I kind of thought about it and I was like, I need to do a Quest for Glory playthrough. I'm doing this, Quest for Glory, that is what I'm doing. A King's Quest playthrough. I think after Quest, we just got to the end. I was like, who is it? What's going on? I'm gonna do Space Quest. I've never played 5, Quest for Glory 5. Yeah, okay. You can't even leave the edge of the map here. I thought it gave you some spiel like, oh, make sure you don't go too far. So I'm excited to get into 5 just because it'll be the first time. Ah, that sucks. I was gonna talk to old Thiefy boy. I think I could catch him later next time we come back. So now I played 5. I've done all of the other series. Police Quest, Space Quest. Never played King's Quest. Again, I consider it never. I definitely don't remember any of the stuff in it. So that'll be cool. We'll just kind of keep every Friday, keep hacking away through the Sierra games for the foreseeable future. And then probably do some stuff that I used to play kind of around the same time frame, right? Like Command & Conquer and stuff like that. Yeah, I keep hearing that. Quest for 5 is good, but not as good as the first 4. I keep hearing that, but you know, it'll be fresh for me, right? So it'll be a cool experience regardless. There's been a lot of posts in the Quest for Glory sub with 4 as the topic of it, and I always remembered 4 as being like my least favorite. So we'll see when we get to it. Maybe I'll change my mind there. Yeah, the guard captain, I was like, man, it looks like a dude. Well, it's not. I say it looks like a lady. Yeah, they're all ladies. I like to, you send a peace mission, right? And the peace mission, like, you don't actually know what happens. I mean, I guess there's the survivor, but like, dude can't really talk. You just make all these assumptions and you're like, let's go kill everybody. That'll solve the problem. The right to gain honor through battle. So if you just show up somewhere and start murdering people, like, you know, you just poke them with a spear until they attack you. Like, well, it's battle time. It's time to get my honor. I mean, I'm not even from here, so like, this isn't as big of a thing. Like, you know, Rakesh is from here, was the king, his wife is here, his house is here. If they kick me out, I'm just like, okay, bye. one of these times, and obviously it'll be a long time before I do a playthrough on Quest for Glory again, but you should just go through being like as big of a piece of garbage as you possibly can be. Like steal everything, say no to stuff like that. I know it's not an option that happens very frequently, but what, do you swear the oath? Nah. I don't really care about you guys. Yeah, you're the king. Everybody knows it. My lord. I feel like that was very condescending. Hey, you know about honor? Yeah, I know about honor. I didn't ask you about honor. At least you didn't say, do you have anything important to add? Like, just assuming that you didn't. He's such a nice brother. And presumably he's a younger brother, right? Rakesh was the king first. Like, don't be a turd. To risk everything for peace is beyond my understanding, but you're cool with just going to war. Yeah, there it is. Okay, bye, get out. So it takes a day, right? A day to get to the village. So it's super funny how, like, think about how long from the gates to the village it is. And sure, you know, they keep the dialogue going, and they also kind of want you to do the Indiana Jones thing across the map here. But, like, how long do you walk in absolute silence? And then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, that thing that I talked about, like, an hour and a half ago, I'd like to continue the paragraph. Field Guide to Eastern Fracana, that's what the book was called. That's funny. With the translations and stuff in it. I don't think there was a map in there. Maybe there was. The Quest for Glory arc throughout the series, as far as I've played it through 4, it reminds me exactly like what I do with Skyrim. Like, every time you start a new playthrough, you're like, yeah, there's the pool. I think that's the only, and then obviously the village. You know, you start Skyrim and you're like, I'm not going to do Stealth Archer. I'm going to do something different. Let's do a different build. And every single Quest for Glory time, and then what do? Obviously, you end up being Stealth Archer. Every Quest for Glory playthrough I do, it's exactly the same. Thief in 1, add some magic for Wizard in 2, Paladin in 3, and then you carry Paladin over into 4. I've not done 5, so I don't know how that pans out, but I always say, like, oh, next time I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to shake it up. No, you're not. You're going to play it exactly the same way you've always played it. Spread goodness. That's a good message to leave. Just spread some goodness and you can heal people. I play the same every playthrough too. I don't know if people sway, you know, they're like, at the end of 2 when it was like, we encourage you to play again. There's different puzzle solutions. And I'm like, yeah, but I like the ones I've seen. That's another one of those things. I don't know if I've ever played it differently. You know, you play through the series once. And when, you know, the first one came out and it was like, put a floppy in and save your game for 2. And it's like, 2? What are you talking about?
When are you going to play that? So like by the time you even remembered the stuff from one, he's like, okay, I'm done lecturing you and not letting you get a word in edgewise. It's all about paladin talk. I kind of wonder. I don't think they would, right? It's not like a thing that they would do. It must just have been long enough. But I feel like the music is not what I remember. Like the whistling part that's kind of in the background there, I certainly remember that in the village. But OMG, the floppies. Yeah, the floppies. Put your floppy disk in, and that's the only thing you had on it was QFG save. No, 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 don't overwrite that. How many megabytes was it? Wasn't it 3.5 was like 30 something megabytes and that was it? I don't remember what they were. I do remember my dad getting all excited because we finally got a tape drive with the little like cassette tapes. I was like, what are you gonna do? What do you, we have a, we've got the 5.25 and then a 3.5. Like, what are you gonna do with this thing? And I'm like, oh, it stores so much. We're gonna back up the files. Something ridiculously small in retrospect, like absolute ridiculous. Yeah, we're absolutely so spoiled. I do remember going to a computer parts auction with my dad, and it was a 1 gigabyte hard drive, and it was like $1,200 because it was just like, oh my goodness, what are you gonna do with a gigabyte? Like, you'll never need storage ever again. Yeah, now flash drives have what? I don't think we're at the terabyte level for flash drives yet. I haven't bought a flash drive in forever, but we're definitely at like the 512 gigs. So it's different when the king, right, Tarna's king, he sits in his chamber and he's got, hey man, I appreciate that, thanks. He sits in his chambers and has his council, so it makes sense that that dude's like sitting on a throne and stuff, and people probably come and talk to him and ask him for things like most kings do. But here's the old big chief in the Simbani just sitting by himself. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and hold a spear for a while, just in case somebody needs me. Just like straight up, man, I'm here to solve all your problems. The leopardmen live like 20 feet away from you, but I've traveled a day to come tell you how to do this thing. They be sneaky. Meanwhile, this new dude that you don't know, wearing strange clothes, looks totally different from any people you've seen, comes sneaking on in. Don't worry, Chief, you can trust me. Everybody's scared of what they don't understand. What I missed, and probably because I'm yakking the same time I'm reading through this obviously, is, does Tarna have like a treaty with the Simbani? If the Simbani go to war, Tarna's just in on it? You're just like, hey, somebody's warring over there. You can't leave me out of that. Give me some of that. The Spear of Death. So creative. This weapon kills people. What should we call it? You just like blast through 2 nights too. I know the day count doesn't matter as much as it did like in 2, but a day to walk here, a day to get yelled at by an angry leader again. It's not right. Don't worry, you just drop me off. I'll hang out here and pick up the pieces. Let's hack through some more dialogue here. Gotta get the old comm points up. I don't remember her saying that either, that they move around for the coups. I think you can see him in the background of the village, right? Maybe up on the cliff with, he's not the storyteller. The cliff guy, that's what we'll go with. So if you have kids or you like kids, it's not that I'm sorry, but I don't like kids. So when you talk to Simba and you're just like, you know, the kid gibberish comes out, I'm like, ugh. I don't even know if you're worth the communication points. I don't need skills that bad. It's so positive. I could defeat the demons, but if the Simbani go to war with the demons, they will all die. They are not nearly as skilled as I am. I walked out here a day, then I got yelled at. Now I'm leaving. That's, nobody wants me, so my leg hurts. I'm going home. I'm only familiar, you know, with like the British English of bullock. I'm like, I assume you mean bull since you're a cow herding people, but we've cut up some bullocks for you. You've never met these people. They don't trust you, like you, or know you. But I'm leaving tomorrow. Love this game. Yeah, me too, man. It's my absolute #1 in the series. But like I was yakking about a little bit earlier, we'll see. 4 was always my bottom of the list, and I've never played 5, so that the list may shuffle. I don't know. We will find out. You need their cooperation. They're about to go to war, but you might need them to not go to war. Thanks, Rakesh. That's really solid logic. Would you like to know more? We don't know anything about them, but I just don't understand why they would want to fight. I love it. Anytime anybody mentions magic, you're like, I immediately need to ask you about what do you mean by that? Like you've never heard about magic or what the relation is there. You're gonna go by yourself, but you know, the hero needs to calm it down a little bit. Alright, did we yak it up? No, that was the first yakking it up. Lots of swearing to people. Lots of oathing around. The music is super soothing, but it's funny if you pay attention too much, you start hearing the crackle of the fire, and like it's just a little too harsh, so it kind of ruins like this really like almost like Cosmo Canyon kind of music style that's going on. Yeah, they don't ever talk about that, do they? They never bring up who Simba's papa is. Maybe she does when you kind of go in her tent at night and chat with her. Hey, stay out here and stop this war. But whenever you need to leave and abandon the whole thing, why don't you you just come on back to Tarna? I think she does at one point. Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, maybe you kind of talk to her about him. We gonna find out. All right, yakking ourselves awake here. Smart lady. She just wanted the baby, not the man. That's trouble right there. I want 2 babies in the house. The greatest good. Jeez, Rakesh. We were on the road for a whole day. You didn't even have this much to say. Again, like you could just see like the progression of the text parser from this. Like you could pick out a word in the dialogue. Ask about word. Getting a little personal there, isn't it, buddy? You want to stop the war and just not find the daughter, right? Just go outside every morning and just cast, like, you know, levitate and then cast some other huge spell. Firebolt something to start your fire at night. It's not firebolt. Is it fireball? It's not even gonna let me check in the village. It's force bolt. Rakesh is gone. I feel like I did. I feel like I had always used these. Like I'd put some food in it, I think. We don't trust that nonsense. Alright, sneaky boy. Keep them stats coming. I don't think homie lets you in. We got spear throw stones and then the other the old balance beam. Let's go see if oh, what's his name? Let's see if I can remember his name before I get over to him. Is it like Mustafa or something like that? Yusufu. Not even remotely close. We didn't do a day 3. We got to keep the scummy saves coming. Bring your sneaky self over here. Of course. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm a hero. Little does he know. Once again, perfect time to come levitate. Oh, Wari, that's right. The Mancala clone. Oh, okay. We're already going to do this. Now, all I remember is you go home, and if your last stone goes home, you get another turn. And if you can wrap the board and hit an empty spot, you get all those stones. Move first. Yeah, there we go. You get one more turn. And like that was always the move, is to start out getting another turn, but it's like that's not always the best move. How do you know I don't have any cows? Get that turn and then steal. Oh, we didn't wrap. Kind of messed up my move though. What do we got? 2, 3, 4, 5. We can grab that one. Or we can grab another one. Let's wrap. I won't talk my logic in every game, but for the first one, for me to remember how do we do this bad boy. Yeah, there you blew it again. No, that's good. In the bag. Just try to do some stealing. He's gonna get another turn from there, but that's alright. This isn't gonna work, but we'll do that one last. Yeah, I figures that was what he was gonna do. I mean, for the time, realistically, like, you know, like, games like Battle Chess and stuff were out, but it's still pretty impressive to put, like, a logical procedural thing in a game like this. We'll just end it with the last one. He's not gonna get more than that. Give you an extra one. You be the winner. Alright, we'll do one more. Oh, I forgot you can talk to him. Not just like continually kick his butt. Yeah, of course. Of course, you gotta be ratty. As I proceed to do the exact same move. It's such like the music that you get when you're like talking to a dumpy character, like pulling the drunk guy over in Police Quest. Grabbing the fiver. Yeah, we'll do this game and then we'll go strength train a little bit. Go swole up. Yeah, might as well do the exact same move we did last time. He actually might get pretty close to taking it. I said the music sounded like I was losing the game. It's not a very positive. Like, you just feel like you're going to like the construction site. All right, what is he gonna have? I don't want to plus that up. We got 6 stones upside. There's 8 there, so we're gonna give him a stone here, but he's gonna end it anyway. So yeah, we'll just let him get one rather than kind of negate me giving us both one. That's right, I won. That was close though. Run away while you're ahead. I didn't talk to him there either. We already bragged. I think there's different dialogue options if you talk while you're playing. So they don't like magic, despise magic, but they have a cage that you can't cast magic in. Now how do you suppose they made that happen? How's our sneak doing? We're almost there, guys. Only What did we determine? 7 per hour. 84. Only 12 hours left of sneaking around. I actually think it's actually no, that's about right. Because we're not quite 2 hours. Maybe it's a little better than that, but not by much. I've got 200 strength, give or take, so I don't know. Okay, I didn't. No, not quite. I was gonna say I don't know how close it's gonna let me get. We are gonna cheese this a little bit. Let's at least plus up our movements. Now I don't remember if you can hit equals to go back to normal speed. We're gonna try that after we do one just to see. But Sneaky Boy just running back and forth is not too exciting of a thing to look at. Yeah, no, you can't hit, yeah, no. You can't hit equals like you could in 2 to bring the speed back to normal, so we'll just have to manually get in there and put it where it feels right. Let's see. Oh, I thought it was at 200. Okay, we've got a lot of nonsense to do. I won't sit here and do this type of stuff too long. I actually might. No, I won't, because that's how the story will progress and we'll miss it. I was gonna say I might come in off stream and do stuff like that, but I'm not gonna do that. Little grindy, but that's the way of things, isn't it? What I will try to do is split it up, though. We'll do a little bit of stones, which I've already forgotten the name of, a little bit of strength training, a little bit of agility. We'll do some spear throwing, kind of mix it all up together. I actually might go outside. How much time we got? Oh, okay, plenty of time. And stamina. Pretty good. Not the best, but it's alright. We'll go down to the pond, see if we can get into a fight or two, perhaps. Get the water, and then... Oh, do you have to get it? I think you have to get it at night, don't you? And then we'll do some stone thrown outside. We'll throw some spears real quick with Uhura. And then we'll go outside and throw rocks around just to raise this up even quicker. I think that does strength too when you're out there. It's very reminiscent of dagger throwing with the old Thief Chief in number 1. I look like such a creep, just standing there all hunched over. It's funny how you don't, like, obviously it gives you indication that you're still sneaking, but it's funny how it's not like, okay, well, you're not moving right now, so go ahead and stand up and quit being a weirdo. Oh, okay. That's good. We're off to a good start. Let's just, hey, there we go. You went from hitting the fence way over here to you doing well. I think if you do it, like, just a couple more times, she goes away. Maybe you have to hit it 3 in a row, actually. Yeah, okay. Nope. She's still hanging. I thought I was like actually compensating for the wind, but really it was just like, here's your garbage throwing. Maybe she does stand there the whole time. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? I think after you can actually challenge her, after you've done this once or twice, I think then she'll walk away after your first one. No, no comment on that one. You're doing very well. You're doing very well. Silence. I also wonder, and I'm not going to do the experimentation for it. Oh my goodness, that's why. Yeah, we're gonna sit out. We're gonna go like max speed out in the savannah and just like spam rocks. I didn't spend nearly enough time on that in 2, obviously. Let's just stop the embarrassment and go outside and throw rocks like a kid. Scoot, 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 scoot. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's, you know, supposed to be like a cow pen over there in the corner. Can we verify? I don't really use look ever. There you go. It doesn't say much. It's not a very nice thing to say about the elder. Okay, he does have a couple years on me though. There's literally a huge, like, pool. It's not quite a lake, but a very large pond to the south. And you're like, well, it's the dry season, so we come up here. I think it's a little grassier around the literal body of water that's not that far away from you. Traveling folk that have a spare hut for me to sleep in. Since the world began. It's slightly full of ourselves, isn't it? We're the first people ever. Yeah, good luck pronouncing that one. We're gonna have a, you know, like a Swahili linguist be like, yeah, here's exactly how you pronounce that. It's not that hard. Learn a language. Alright, rock checking time. And I specifically remember having the speed up on full and just holding down enter until you get the, you know, your overloaded message. What's to stop us from doing that? Sanity. There we go. Oh, it was already ready to go. There's so much crap. 2 pages of nonsense. I'm pretty sure that's a stamina out. Yeah. There's a pill for that. I don't know why the colors throw me. It feels like blue should be stamina, but I guess yellow also makes sense. You don't need... Oh, mana. Was there not a stamina pill, or did I neglect to buy one? Maybe there's not. I don't think there is. Next time we go back, though, I'm definitely gonna peek. Middle of the day. I don't really want to sleep the day away just from throwing rocks, but let's go exhaust one more time, maybe. It's really funny that I literally looked at it and went, oh, I have 7. Take that. That you don't need. Yeah, now I specifically remember holding it down because then it switches over to the whatever your last walk was. So then you just like start shuffling because you've held down enter for 5 minutes to throw all your rocks out. Yeah, it would do that. And then when you're holding enter, it would do like this little shuffly bits. Alright, let's go get some water. I haven't cast any magic yet. What was the fire that we couldn't... Flame dart! I couldn't come up with dart for some reason. So we've got open, detect magic, dazzle, trigger. This is dazzle, right? Yeah. Zap, I didn't remember zap. Calm, flame dart, fetch, force bolt, levitate, reversal, and then our paladin healing. Okay, take stamina. Does this... Spell skill, yeah, it still has. And we had garbage skill from the last time, from 2. We might as well blast this guy out. Work up some magic. That just looks cool. I think if you levitate, I don't think it like prevents you from getting attacked. I think they still get all up in your face. The first Croc Man, I just kicked his butt like immediately, and then this one, miss. We'll keep the waddling going too. It's gonna be painful, but throwing is gonna take a while too. We'll figure it out. We'll get better. It is day one. I do have to keep reminding me of that. I'm like, why aren't I better at doing all this stuff that we just started doing less than 2 hours ago? You know what happened here? This dude came in here, or rather this dude came because of this dude, and then got here and was like, what was I doing? What? Why did I come all this way? Alright, onward. Pretty sure we have, yeah, pretty much just enough time to get back to the village. Oh, the ant. I was like, I don't even remember what that noise is. I totally forgot about him when I was trying to recount what creatures come. Can you use arrow keys? I don't remember if you can. Yes, you absolutely can. I haven't been doing any dodging or parrying either. Still need to fight the big boy. The old Saurus pterosaur? Murder dinosaur? I don't remember what it's called in here either. Did we get nighttime guy yet? Hey, nighttime guy. Chat, you up to? It's funny, like, you start the game and you've got to talk to everybody like 1,000 times. Not that you have to, but I like to. Not only for the communication points, but to remind me of kind of what's going on around here. And then, like, the rest of the game, like, you never talk to these people ever again. Like, I got everything I needed out of you. Yeah, I actually am now repeating myself. It'd be funny if they put a mechanic in, and obviously they couldn't, because what if you missed it? But if like, you just asked me that, I really don't want to talk to you about that again. The blood and milk be our drink. I don't remember Hyena Man either. Crocs we know. The dinosaur. Usiku. And we never spoke to him again. Dude's just laid out. Where are these random families gonna join from? I love the skim over on that, like, nobody really cares what you did today. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, our plan was to end the stream in the apothecary, but I think we'll just end it right here in Ahura's hut because of the sweet
Sweet music going on. I suppose they didn't want you just to, like, to straight up fight a lion, but I was gonna say, you know, if lions are attacking the cattle and stuff, and that's what they're keeping them away from, it'd be cool if you could get in a lion fight. But you know, you got lion tours that are in the game too. They might not look too kindly upon that. Some stuck-up man. There it is. Yeah, okay. Absolutely right. She does talk about it. So you literally left. Like, I need a donor. Where can I go to find such a man? Yeah, we are not good at throwing. I think we heartily proved that tonight. Yeah, we totally did cattle as well. Alright, we're gonna wish her a good night. Oh, he leaves. Okay. Do we get our hut music? It's not gonna stop making me giggle. Yeah, okay. We got some sweet music here too. We're gonna give it an old B save. I need to, I'm gonna give you the goofy cat. I need to go out into the village or into Tarna maybe. I'll probably get one in the village and go grab a screenshot so we stop using that goofy cat as our splash screen. But as the music of the Simbani plays us out for the evening, thank you guys so much for coming in. Happy Halloween to everybody. If you're so inclined, over on YouTube, dropped a Halloween video in DayZ. Halloween Massacre and some runarounds in there and some goofy nonsense, just a quick 5-minute. So if you'd like, please go check that out. Otherwise, tomorrow is Saturday Z, so we're heading into Livonia once again to finish up that character. We're outside the bunker, so we'll go into the bunker and see if we can find any treasures. If not, that character's life is ending one way or another tomorrow. So we might induce that ourselves, move on to something else. But if you're interested in that, that's tomorrow, same time, 9:30 Eastern for DayZ, for Saturday Z. And then Sunday, I think I'll be coming on and doing some streamy stuff as well, once again in DayZ. But if Quest for Glory is your gig, come on back by next Friday, and we'll do it same time. Once again, happy Halloween. Thanks so much for coming in. And if you're watching this at a later time, I'm Elder B. Take care. Twitch folks, if you would, hang out just 1 minute. We're going to drop you off with Mara Winterhide. She's over playing some Halloween goodies. YouTube folks, I wish I could bring you with, but we'll see you next time. Take care.